Hey, I'm Kia, and I'm the face behind Sweet Succulents. This first video is just going to be sort of an introduction. My dog is whining. What do you want from me? I don't know. Anyway, this video is just going to be an introduction video. I'm making this channel because I get a lot of messages every day, and I'm just going to answer questions here. I'll share plants, DIYs, advice, etc. in more detail than I can do through like images and text alone. All of my advice just comes from, prior knowledge, and, I have been gardening my whole life. All of my knowledge has been passed down, like, through the generations, like, from my great-grandmother to my grandmother to my mother to me. I come from a long line of gardeners. They really instilled that love of plants into me. And, but yeah, I'm not a professional, so I'm basically just letting you guys know, like, what has worked for me, and from, like, my prior experiences, what might work for you. I went shopping today and I got a few new plants because I needed plant therapy. My guy left to go to New Mexico, and it's like one of my dream states to go to. I've never been to the desert, so I've had this like romanticized vision of going to the desert for the first time with him and how cool it would be, and now that dream is dead. So I did what I always do when I'm sad, and that is go to the greenhouse and blow too much cash on plants that I definitely don't need. I have no room for plants, but I keep buying them anyway. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab those and show them off. This first one is a cute little haworthia emelyae. I don't really know how you pronounce these things. I just kind of guess a lot of the times. But it's super cute. It's kind of translucent at the top. I love its little fat leaves. This next one is a peperomia red spark, they call it. I had another peperomia, but it didn't look like this, and I just had to have it. It's so pretty and red. And again, it's got those little translucent windows. I'm a sucker for that. This next one is a variegated Indian corn cob. It's actually a euphorbia and not a cactus, even though it looks like one. All cacti are succulents, but not all succulents are cacti. The sap from this plant is actually poisonous, so you gotta be careful when cutting or propagating. And this next one is a senecio raindrops, and it is very similar to the string of pearls or the string of bananas. It's just got a slightly different shape to the leaves, a little fatter and a little pointy at the ends. And I got a really good deal on it, $9.98, not too bad. Very happy about it. My first question is from veganfairy, cute name, and she says that she's having trouble with this plant. Do you know what is wrong with it? Any hope of saving it? Well, from what I can tell, it looks like it's starting to rot. I'm guessing that planter it's in like a glass cube. I'm guessing it doesn't have drainage. Drainage is super important with succulents of all types. If you're just going to keep your plant in a container for a short amount of time, glass is fine, like if you're just using it for decoration or whatever. But if you want your plant to thrive and live, a container without drainage is not going to let that happen. You're going to want to go for a planter that has nice drainage hole in the bottom. Drainage is so important. Terracotta or clay, another type of clay, is optimal. But just as long as there's drainage, you're good to go. Like, I've heard people like, oh, don't put your plants in a plastic pot. It's whatever you want to do. Just drainage is the number one important thing. I also hear people talking about putting rocks in the bottom of their planters with no drainage. That is also, in my opinion, a no-no for long term. Because the roots can still grow into that reservoir you create with the rocks and still lead to overwatering. So just basically, if you want your plants to live a nice long time and you want to do everything you can to keep them around, go for a pot with a hole in it. Anyway, for your particular plant, I don't know if it's going to make it. I don't want to promise that, but it looks pretty sad. Just try like taking it out of that glass container, removing the dead leaves, anything that feels squishy, and check the stem. If the stem is starting to rot, there she goes again. Molly, stop. I'm trying to make a video here. Anyway, check the stem. If the stem is mushy, just trim it as far up as you can, and just try to propagate it from there. It might not look pretty, but if you really want to try to save it, that's what I would do. But don't beat yourself up if it doesn't make it. Everyone loses a plant. I've lost hundreds of dollars worth of plants, so just don't beat yourself up about it. It happens. Everything dies, as sad as it is, but yeah. Best of luck to you. Anyway, that's all I have time for today. I've got some stuff I gotta go do. I plan on making another video at some point this week, but we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Ashton. Leaves and Lace on Tumblr. She helps me with my blog and she buys me awesome t-shirts. Thanks for being awesome. I love you and I love all you guys. So yeah, y'all have a good week and thanks for sitting through this possible disaster of a video. Hopefully I'll get better at this as things go along. I'm just using iMovie. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, bye!